What's up, and welcome to the Fantasy League Show. I'm Mitch, and the man in the yellow shirt is Chris, and we are going to be breaking down the top laners of this week, LCS Week 6, LEC Week 8. We're going to put them in their tiers. We're going to say who's the best, who you want to start, who you want to sit, and we're going to do it all perfectly and get everything right. Let's get into it.
So guys, let's get into it. So for the first one, we're gonna go with a good old friend of mine.
No.
I love this guy. According to Mitch, I bet. My guy Hooney.
It's Hooney? I thought it was Finn.
Yeah, my guy Hooney.
This is off to a great start. Where's Hooney going, Chris? What tier?
So for us, Hooney is going in the A tier.
All right.
He is
Let me pull
ranked.
up his stats. Go ahead, though.
Yeah, he is ranked 5 on our conjoined tier list between me and Mitch. And so here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm a Hooney hater. I'm just gonna be real with you guys, as much as possible.
So
But the thing is, here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm biased. But you wanna know what the thing is?
Yeah, please.
I respect the stats. And the stats got this man rolling in with a great week this week. He is going against Evil Geniuses, Immortals, and Golden Guardians. Now let's be real, guys. Let's be real here. This is a 3-0 week for your boys, TSM. And Hooney has only been improving all split long.
That's
overall. Also loves the Shen, dude. And I'm if they pick Shen, expect 15 assists, and that's
Chris,
huge.
Take us home here. Take us home. We're
Alright,
2 minutes.
So guys. Anyways, Hooney, this is the man you want to start this week.
You want to start?
If not only do you want to start him, dude, if you have 2 really good top laners, throw him as your flex.
That's true.
Great
That's
player.
a good point. That's the point to make.
Great player.
Awesome. That's what A tier is really defined about. These are the must starts, and you could always flex them too if you have another guy in the A tier. Let's keep going, Chris. I'm gonna go to Finn. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna jump to Finn. What? We have you burned 10. Yo, I'm just joking. I loved every single bit of that. As soon as he said I trust the stats or whatever it was. Chris, I was so happy to hear that. I don't know how that pounding came over on my mic. All right, this episode's a mess. This is such a weird start. All right, let's keep going, Chris. I like it. I like this tone. Finn, we have Finn in the, and Chris, I'm gonna get it right this time. We have Finn in the B tier, right?
Yes.
Great. Chris is keeping me honest. Finn is such an interesting case. Someone who started out so weirdly, especially in that lock-in tournament. He's really actually been playing a lot better now that POB is on the squad, doing better. So is Broxa. Broxa's looking really good too. All things considered. Okay, when I say really good, I mean they're still on CLG. They're playing C9, Golden Guardians, and EG. I think that they can actually come away with 2 wins here. I wouldn't be surprised. My hot take is I can see CLG beating at least Evil Geniuses. I think they should be Golden Guardians. What I do want to highlight is that the Golden Guardians, on average, is giving up 29 points to the top lane position, and EG is giving up 25 points to the top lane position. That's a lot. That is so much for just one game. We're using standard draft buff scoring, but I'll let you know, that's so many points. Finn has been looking a little bit better. Especially if they put him on Gnar or something like that. He's been pretty comfortable on that champ. I think that this is a pretty solid start, or you could possibly flex him depending on some of your options, but we're keeping him in the B tier. There are going to be some better guys. And Chris, why don't we get into, and I'm just realizing that he's in this tier. Yeah, wait, what's up? What do you got?
I was gonna say, the one thing you guys also might be aware of, this isn't as much stats room, but C9, they're obviously playing next week.
Yeah.
Now, if you guys had been watching the previous week, C9 has actually been struggling a little bit, so they actually might not be able to close out as consistently and as fast as they've been doing recently. So you guys might even get some extra fantasy points in that game.
Yeah, longer game.
Yep.
That's a good point.
Exactly.
Yeah, so even if COG loses, then you might get something good. All right, Chris, let's speed run through Fudge. We're already beating up 5 minutes of this episode. Let's see. Let's go for it.
All right,
Tell me
Fudge.
about Fudge. You're putting him.
You're starting him, and
that's for sure.
He's the top of A tier. Guys, if you have this player, yeah, he's top of A tier. Actually,
I have him in S, but I was
Yeah,
going to tell you
actually,
which
yeah,
one.
he's an S. He's
I
at
was
an
going to
S.
say,
I
but
was
all right.
reading that
So
right.
you can see
Yeah, I
who's
was
really
reading that
the
right.
alpha on this episode.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, good. Thanks for keeping me honest. Yeah, he's totally an S tier. Yeah, we've ranked him 3 and 4 playing COG, Dig, and Immortals. I think C9 wins all of those games. I'm taking this right from you, Chris. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, that's fudge. I think we're good.
It's looking good. It's a good week. You know you're already starting him. You know what output you're getting. We don't have to belabor it. I'll take this one. This is Alfari. Top lane Alfari. Team Liquid. He's an S. He is, and I actually had this take the other day. And by the way, you're starting Alfari. You could just fast forward past these next 10 seconds, but I do want to say this. Alfari, from my observation, is the closest thing we have gotten to, like, SK, H2K Forgiven as we have ever gotten since then. Does that make any sense to you? Like, not like the recent Forgiven, but I'm talking like lane dominance so consistently and reliably good all of the time. Not volatile like back in the day Hooney or something, or like Licorice or something like that. Like, this guy is so good, and you can just tell he's so much better than everyone else, no matter who it is. I mean, like, I think he's going to do it to Someday. He's going to do it to Impact, and he's going to do it to Fake God too. He's just going to crush all of them, I think. He's the man. Does that make any sense? Maybe I just love Forgiven and Alfari so much.
But the thing is, how are you comparing him to Forgiven when he isn't toxic, man?
Oh,
Come on.
Maybe. Yeah, Fari's way too humble. That's it. Whatever. I don't care. Forgiven can do no wrong by me. We just hit on those two in the S tier now. All right, Chris, why don't you tell me about Someday? We have him in the B tier.
So Someday is a player on 100 Thieves. I'm actually going to use not
That's
his own
correct.
stat line here. I'm not going to use his stat line here, and I'm just going to say to look at 100 Thieves. The last 2 weeks, they have been really struggling as a team because they are trying to find a new identity without having Damonte on their team. They're trying to have these control mages through Ryoma. It's looking a little sketch for it. So even though we have Someday's numbers are, he's still scoring well for a top laner, like with almost 21 points, about 20.66 points.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little nervous, but at the same point, this week he does have Immortals, FlyQuest, and Team Liquid, and just to like state, like, all right, Immortals and FlyQuest are they should be free wins. They should be, but like I said, 100 Thieves haven't been looking so hot. And and TL like is also like very like kind of flippy right now, where some days they look really good, and in other games they just lose to CLG. So overall, definitely could be a little concerning overall right now for him. So we have him at the bottom of our B tier. Definitely a player that you should think about, you know, but definitely not a player if you have anyone else like better than him that you should be starting.
Yeah, so keep in mind, everyone else, we put in their tiers and start them accordingly. Let's do Fake God. And this is the first time I think we've ranked him so high. He's in the A tier. If you've been watching Dignitas play, you might think, yeah, he's totally in A tier. If you've been watching them score fantasy points, you know that almost all of these guys are getting into the A tier or better. Fake God is averaging one of the best averages over the past 4 weeks at 25.5 points per game. He has this on the slate. Team Liquid, C9, FlyQuest. I'm going to piggyback off of your previous analyses and say that TL is not necessarily a lock to beat, what is this team called? Dignitas. With that said, Alfari might just beat up Fake God. I think that Fake God can hold his own, especially depending on which champ they pick on him. I do also think that this game could go long, and the C9 game could go long too. Even if C9 has the edge, they do not close games out very quickly, at least anymore. And Dignitas is definitely sure to keep a long game as well. And if anything doesn't look so great there, you know, they just finish it off with FlyQuest. This is LCS, and you never really know who's going to win games. But if there's one thing I can say with certainty, you have to ride this hot hand of Dignitas and Fake God. You would be remiss not to. You're starting him. Start him with confidence. Start him over some of these other guys. He's in A tier. All right, let's get into team... Oh, I was just going to say TL's impact. EG's impact. Whoops, sorry about that. Tell me about impact, Chris.
Oh, so here's the thing, guys. EG is another one of those teams that looks like they're starting to like come into some struggles. And Impact
Yes.
is probably the guiding light of that team, where he always is a consistent force in the top lane who scores extremely high for fantasy points. If you actually look at right now, he is currently, I believe, the second highest in terms of scoring fantasy points right now on our list. However, like we said, team is very inconsistent. They are going against the TSM, TL, and Counter Logic Gaming. Now, the thing is, when you look at that, TSM have been looking like they are just improving and improving, and Huni is getting very, very good.
Yeah.
So I'm a little nervous about that one. But TL, like we said before, all over the place. Not sure what TL is going to show up. So, and overall, he is playing against Alfari, who we consider probably the best top laner in the league. So he might not score as many points there either. So when you look at it, Huni and Alfari, it's a little scary. But then he gets to play the good old CLG, you know, that CLG buffing points. They're dropping, I think, a little bit less in the last 2 weeks. But even still,
Yeah.
like that's what 24 points they're averaging the top lane. Like, come on, guys, you're playing him. You're playing him.
Death, taxes, and start all of your players when they play CLG. You can hold me to that at least. I think that this is LCS. You really just don't know anymore which team's beating which team. CLG could even beat EG, but if there's anything that we know, it's everyone's scoring fantasy points. Even as Team Liquid lost to CLG, their players scraped together some points because CLG, they don't know how to close games. They just don't know how to do that. Let's go over GenX. We have him just barely ranked into the B tier. We have him at 12 and 13 for the week. As we know very well, SK, which like I was so high on last week. I thought they were going to have an excellent week. They did not. They looked so poorly. Their players managed to put together some fantasy output, but it was kind of disappointing. I think that this is one of those interesting weeks where GenX is... Oh, wait. Chris, this is a super week for EU?
It is.
Oh my god, I forgot. I'm just looking at that right now. All right, yo, let's go. I completely forgot about that. It's been a long day. GenX is playing Astralis, G2, and Rogue. Oh my god, that's why we have him in B. Astralis gonna be awesome, but keep in mind, G2 and Rogue, they do not give up a lot of points to the top lane position, and I don't think that SK is going to be any different. Even though they're a strong team, they are not to the level of G2 and Rogue. Keep GenX on your flex considerations. You don't really have to start him, especially if you are in an 8-man league. You probably have someone better. That might... See how my tone completely flopped it? I'm like, oh my god, G2 and Rogue. It's okay. SK is a fine team. Like I said, flex consideration, nothing any more special than that. Now let's get into the rest of our friends in LEC, starting with Rogue's own Odoamne. Chris, you want to...
All right. So guys, we got Odo in the A tier. He's coming in a hot 6 for me and Mitch's combined tier list. So the thing is, when you guys look at it, yo, Rogue, they score all right. They don't score the best because you know why?
Why?
They are one of the cleanest teams in the league.
In the league.
And the thing is, when you look at teams like XL and SK, I'm gonna be real, guys. They're gonna clean house. They're gonna. Odo is against GenX and Cries. Dude, he's gonna lock in the Kennons. He's gonna lock in the Rumbles. He's gonna lock in the Shens, and he's gonna score like a billion points. All right. So this is a very good week for him. Also, even though he's against those bad teams, you know what team he's against that likes to fight a lot? Fnatic. And you know what happens in those Fnatic games?
What?
It is bloody as all can be. Okay. And that can be shown by the fact that in these games, even though Fnatic is one of the top teams in the league, they still give up 20 points to the top lane. So I'm telling you guys, you're starting him. There doesn't need to be any more conversation.
No more.
You got it.
Correct. Now let's get into someone who's a little bit more contentious. We have Misfits Hear It. I think I'm saying that right. I've always been really poor with this. He is in our B tier. Let me throw him in real quick. And
Yo, Mitch,
yeah, what's up,
can I
Chris?
tackle this one? Can I tackle this one?
The enthusiasm that you're
Yeah.
giving me right now would make me fear for my life if I didn't say yes. Yeah, go ahead.
Yo, all right, guys, let's be real here. Let's
Let's
be
be
real
real.
here.
I thought you were being real the whole time.
I listen. I've been saying this since day one.
Go ahead.
Misfits,
Yeah.
I love them because you want to know why I love them?
Yeah.
Because they are the most boom or
Boom.
bust team in, I would argue, the entire LEC and LCS in terms of fantasy points. As we have been saying from before, I think Mitch, if you
I think you're right.
from what you've been saying, I think they have their average standard deviation of like
Yeah.
12 points around. That's I think what you've been saying previously.
Yeah, it's around there. Here it's at 10.61 right now. I'll tell you that
Yeah.
much.
So overall, they have high standards of deviation, right, for their point values. And when you look at this point week, they're playing Fnatic, Vitality, and Mad Lions, some of the most overly aggressive teams in the league. And the thing is, Misfit loves to just play OD, like let's kill each other all over the map
Yeah.
anytime possible. And so when you're going into this week, I'm gonna be real. I'm saying they're dropping like 70-point bombs this week.
Oh my god. All
Yeah,
right.
because listen, guys, I knew last week they were gonna drop points on people. People weren't expecting it. I'm telling you, I knew. And you know what I know this week?
What do you
They're
know?
gonna drop the bombs, and I'm telling you, you should start this man. He may
Alright,
be
well,
beat here, but I'm telling you,
yeah.
flex this man.
So okay, so I have to follow that up with, sure, they have the greatest likelihood of dropping the bomb of 70 points. Standard deviation, not standard of deviation, Christopher. It essentially says how likely are they, if they're going to score outside of their mean, outside of their average, if they're going to do it by what amount of points. So he's going to do it by 10 points per game. So if he's scoring about 19 points right now, add 10 to that or subtract 10 to that, that's what he could actually range somewhere inside. Here it can do it. He could be a ton of points or not at all. I always say this with Misfits as I get to the next guy, but you want to start them if you're playing one of your harder opponents, because if you need that edge, that'll be Misfits Gaming, no matter who they are, really. Talking about Armut, Chris, unless you have like an incredible level of enthusiasm, I'm going to lock him into the B tier and tell you about why he is there. And it's because he's scoring on average 20 points. He's got G2. What I do want to highlight is that Astralis and Misfits could be those games that you really want. If you really want to start him, you'll put him right over the edge. He's actually, you know what? Funny enough, Chris, his standard deviation is 13. I'm looking at it right now. He has Hear It on steroids this week. G2 could be tough. If Mad Lions puts up a fight, you know Astralis and Misfits is going to be bloody and good for Mad Lions. I'm looking at this a little bit more. I'll keep him in B tier just to be somewhat conservative, but this is a great week. I think this is really strong for him, and I would start him with some confidence. Right? You with me?
I think so.
Okay,
I would agree with your line of reasoning.
Energy from like 10 seconds ago.
Listen, man, because you know what the difference is? I don't have any skin on the game with Arma. All right.
Oh, okay. Oh, you don't have him in your leagues? Yeah. Okay. All right. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hear it.
That's how. Yeah, you can tell if
Great.
you have Hear It in one of your leagues. Definitely evident. All right, Chris. I'll give this to you. Speedrun it. G2's Wonder. Oh, we lost Chris. Oh, he's back.
you're starting it, and next.
Okay, thank
Next.
you for that. That was great. You're starting Wonder. You don't need to hear anymore about that. It's gonna be a good week too. Now let's go to Bwippo. You also know you're starting him. Is there anything that we want to highlight, maybe to the contrary, for like what people might expect from him this week compared to some other weeks? Anything to bring up? He has FC Shulk, he is Rogue, and he is Misfits. That's a cool week for Fnatic. I want to see how they do, especially against Rogue.
Overall, I think it's just a decent week where Fnatic can. The biggest thing is we want to see Fnatic challenge Rogue and Bwippo versus Odo Omne. I actually think that's a really close matchup.
It's gonna be fun.
And I think it's gonna be really, really important what champs each player gets.
Yeah.
Because they both looked really good on stuff like the Renekton and stuff like the Shen. I think they both played. So definitely want to see the both of them overall how they're gonna
Yeah.
do, especially because Whippo loves to counterpick. Like this man has like I think he's played literally like 7 unique champions this split, maybe more. Like he's played the Yone top, he's played the Rivens.
Yeah.
This guy is definitely someone that likes to pop off on random stuff and get a lot of kills. And he seems to be a very important part of Fnatic's strategy based on their interviews, stuff like that. So definitely is worth looking at trying to put him in. I also, Mitch, what is his standard deviation?
Oh, great
Of
question,
points.
Chris. It's all right. It's 15. This is our favorite. As you can tell, this is our favorite set of all time. So yeah, Fnatic is good. I like where you're going. I'll let you continue that thought.
Yeah, so the thing is, if you have 15 standard deviation, dude, this dude is playing Misfits Gaming and FC Shulk. Like,
Yeah.
and when we keep talking about these Misfits players, you know, with these like, they wanna battle you at everything. Like that game might end up being the, as I'm gonna call it, the next Riven game, you know, where he goes 9-1-9 or something again. So definitely want to keep an eye on that. And honestly, I think the road game will be a good game overall. I think he has a good matchup against Odo. I think it's really going to be, it's going to be a very close game. I think both teams can actually like pull it out. And I think depending on how the team goes overall, I think he'll do well. And then last but he's going against FC Shulk. Do I need to say any more?
Do you?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I say we close it out. We got a full tier list, Chris. I gotta say, I just hats off. You carried this episode, with some of that energy. That was pretty good. You had some pretty sweet takes. Yeah. Here's what we have. We got a full tier list for you to enjoy. As we all know, all of these are guaranteed. We know that these are 100% gonna happen. So I mean, please like totally write in the comments like next week like thanks for these great picks. Everything played out exactly as you said, and nothing changed whatsoever. Because that's what happens. Chris, any closing thoughts? Good tier list, right?
Guys, just play hear it. Just play hear it.
Play
telling
here.
you.
We have him in the B tier.
Just-
Yeah, you already heard us. Yeah.
Just play and hear it.
All right. Love it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to subscribe. Give some comments always. A lot of comments. Flood the comments. Good, bad. Just make it constructive, you know? And Chris, can you tell them about the like button and what they should do with it?
Oh yeah, guys.
Yeah.
Smash that like button. Make sure you're hitting that thing. Make sure you're subscribed. I'm telling you guys, look for our videos. We're going to give you all the fantasy knowledge you ever need.
Yeah, you should do it. Yeah, you should watch our videos. I agree.
Trust us. Trust
Yeah,
us.
we always say this. Ton of stuff goes on behind the scenes. Ton of calculations. We're really at the forefront of this. All right. Enjoy. Have a good week. See ya.